I'm not even going to try and pretend that I'm not a fan of the Honda Civic Type R. But you've already heard what I have to say. The question is, are Sam and Jordan equally smitten with Honda's new Street Warrior? Sam, we can't even start with Sam because he's a previous owner of a Type R. So your opinion is a very interesting one, but I'll start with Jordan because I know that you're going to have a lot to say about this car.
Yeah. So look, I was fortunate enough to drive with Sam on the launch.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he knows his Type R's. But for me, it was my first Type R, so I kind of went in kind of a blank slate, and I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. It took me a while to kind of get into the car, because getting off the line is not really what this car is designed to do. Yeah. Look, it's still quick, but you can feel that it struggles with traction off the line.
A bit, yeah.
But geez, the second you throw it into a corner, the amount of grip that this car has is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the noise it makes, the engagement you feel when you're driving the car, and the fact that it's, I don't want to say it's confidence inspiring because you do need to know what you're doing, but if you even have the slightest understanding of how to drive a front wheel drive car fast, geez, you can get a lot out of this car here.
Mr. Type R?
Okay.
Tell us.
Okay, so here's the thing. It was impossible that this Type R was ever not going to be good.
Yeah.
Of course it was going to be incredible. They reworked the turbo. There's less turbo lag. You get a much more progressive acceleration curve. It's got multi-link rear suspension. The rear tires are thicker, so that makes it a lot more confidence inspiring when you're on the limit because you've just got that much more stability at the back and traction. But the one thing that kind of got me about this car was just how refined it was. And for some people, that's going to be great, and for some people, that's not going to be great. I came from ownership of an FK2, which was like the most hardcore first turbocharged Civic Type R ever.
Basically a GT3 version of a Type R.
Exactly. And in my mind, that's what Type R was always about. Do you want the most refined experience that you can have? Because even the gear shift in this, they've done something to the linkage there where it's so soft, it's so smooth. The clutch pedal, the grab point is exactly always where you expect it to be. It's one of the easiest manual cars I have ever driven.
True.
But should a Type R be refined? Should it be easy to drive? Are you even supposed to say that a Type R is refined? If this FL5 was ever to compete in the market against GR Corolla, Golf R, GCI, all of those hot hatches, it needed to become more grown up. It needed to become more refined, because now we sit at the point where FK8 owners are asking me, Sam, should I get the FL5? And they're saying it really appeals to them because 5 years ago, when they bought the FK8, they were so much more boy racer.
True.
But now if Honda wants to keep them in the brand, the car also needs to grow up.
Yeah, but looking at the competitors out there now, it's a bit of a tough car to place because on the one hand, you can look at from a pricing perspective, it's right up there with Golf R. Also, you've got the Renault Megane RS, which is also out there, that RS300 trophy. Do you think that somebody who is looking at something else would be tempted by this? And then conversely, do you think somebody who is looking at this might then think, maybe let me get a Golf R?
I don't think so. I think the type of person who's looking to get this is specifically looking for a manual car.
Yeah.
But what people who are looking for a Golf R need to understand is that this could easily be an alternative because of how easy it is to drive.
Right. So it's interesting that he says that now, because obviously he comes from being a diehard Civic Type R fan, owning the cars. But I'd love to get a fresh perspective, and this is where Jordan comes in, because now, where do you put this?
It kind of has its own little unique bracket there. I mean, obviously, you've got the Golf 8R, but I feel like this is an incredibly niche car. There's not going to be many people who will be in the market for a Type R that hasn't either owned a Type R before or has had dreams of owning a Type R, It's an old school feeling, There's lots of feedback. There's this way that the car builds boost. It's old school, It's not immediate.
You're driving.
Exactly. You need to extract that ability from it. And geez, I really enjoyed it.